Although the original text is more particularistic, there is a text in our tradition in Talmud which says that whoever saves one person's life saves the entire world. Whoever saves a human life saves the entire world. It's an extraordinary text. A person is a world in and of themselves. Every person has the potential to transform the world for good. Therefore, saving one life essentially saves the entire world. And who knows? Maybe that person is someone who ends up saving countless lives. Maybe they're even the Messiah. Saving one person's life saves the entire world. But we don't often have an opportunity to save people's lives. In our everyday life, those rare moments rarely come to us. So how can we do this? How can we save a life? How can we save a world? It's fascinating, in fact, that in the traditional 613 mitzvot, saving a life is not one of them because it's not actually specifically commanded in Torah. But clearly our tradition, especially the rabbinic tradition as it developed, saw this as being paramount. So how can we save a life? The reality is that we are still deep in a pandemic. Although I know that we have come back to services and we have required people to be masked and vaccinated, I know that some people thought that that might be almost the end of it, that we're counting down, that we're coming to the end of the pandemic. But with the rise of the Delta variant, it's become quite clear that we're not, and that we will be in this pandemic for a long time to come. What does that mean for us? Well, maybe it gives us the opportunity to save a life. Maybe now more than ever, we have the opportunity to perform this mitzvah, which clearly is a mitzvah, even if it was not listed in the traditional mitzvot. How can we save a life? There's two ways. The first is to be vaccinated, is to make sure that you are fully vaccinated and indeed engaging in appropriate social distancing, particularly to protect the young, the unvaccinated, and the immunocompromised, who do make up a notable number of members of our community. So the simple act of vaccination of yourself may indeed save a life. Maybe not actively, you may not even know that you have done it. But nonetheless, you may save the life of someone who you come into contact with. But perhaps there's another way, a more active way, which is to help someone who isn't vaccinated understand the importance of vaccination and help them to become vaccinated. There are many people in Santa Fe who are still very vaccine hesitant. Those people risk losing their lives and risk causing harm or even bringing about death to others. So we are given an opportunity now, especially now as this Delta variant continues to grow through Santa Fe County and indeed in Santa Fe, the city of Santa Fe itself. We are given an opportunity to save lives. We're given the opportunity to vaccinate ourselves, make sure we are fully vaccinated and engaging in appropriate social distancing. And we can actively save lives by just maybe convincing, talking to, reasoning with, helping guide and educate anyone who is not yet vaccinated. If we can do that, then maybe we can save a life and maybe therefore save the world entirely. So this Shabbat and this week, I encourage you to please, if you are able, to go and be vaccinated. And if you know of anyone who is not vaccinated, to please, as a mitzvah, to please try to help them to save their own life or the lives of those around them.